we get to the conclusion of the season and we win the conference championship, and now you begin to think about the playoffs and what might be able to happen. And then to have your first contest be, local team, crowd, very exciting game, and come out of it with a really great performance.
We had just came off an exciting win, but a tough game, particularly for the defense. We ran up against a really talented Hampton team with an exceptional player, Jerome Mathis, who went on to be an Olympic sprinter and an NFL player.
Here's the kick by Greg Keene once again. This one's going to be sent down the sideline to the right side. Mathis will take it at the 8-yard line. Out to the 10, 15, 20, up the sideline, 25, 30. Down the sideline, 40-yard line. He gets by Greg Keene to the 30. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. And he's all the way for the score.
Coach Laycock actually came over to the bench right before we had to go out and just kind of looked at me for about a second, didn't say anything, and I'm just looking back at him like, what is he doing? And he's like, hey, go return this kick. So it just was kind of a surprise to me. He just came over and said, go back and return this kick. And then, when I went in, it just kind of parted like the Red Sea.
William & Mary trailing 28-21, and here's the kick taken by deep back Dominic Thompson, trying to get upfield to the 30, 35, 40, down the sideline, trying to get to the sideline of the 40. He's at the 30, he's at the 20. He could go all the way at the 10, at the 5. No flags. Touchdown. Dominic Thompson answers the bell.
That particular kickoff, I think, really sparked the team and kind of put us in the right direction to come back for the win in that game, and that set the tone for the rest of the playoffs.
We got another week to go, baby. Let's go. Tribe on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tribe!
What I remember about going into the second Delaware game is just the excitement around the playoff game, and having the opportunity to play them again from the loss that we had earlier in the season.
Delaware was someone I had never beaten.
Having played them kind of almost to a draw, only losing by 3 at their place, we felt pretty confident because we were playing at home.
Because we walked away with a bitter taste in our mouth from the first loss, so it was definitely a chance of redemption, so to speak.
We knew that we had a redemption game, if you will, knowing that they had to come to Williamsburg, where we were undefeated. We were feeling really good about that game.
I know for one, it was a big nationally televised ESPN game against the defending champs.
Going that week and seeing our student body camping out to get tickets, with that was something that hadn't happened before. It'll be hard pressed to happen again.
This was something special. We obviously didn't know the outcome, but the day of, there's a lot on the line.
I had a unique experience coming off of, playing with Dave Corley, who was a Hall of Famer here at William & Mary, and then being able to play with Lang for his 2 years, and what culminated to be, one of the greatest seasons ever in William & Mary history. Was pretty special to watch.
He was a very good quarterback, good leader on the field. From a leadership perspective, he always kept everybody in the huddle calm.
He was the perfect leader in terms of he showed up, but he also cared about his teammates, and he was there for you, and he was a good guy.
You knew there was there's definitely underlying athleticism and time that really gelled with an offense that clearly produced quite a bit.
A lot of people don't understand that he was exceptional, regardless of what sport he played. He played basketball, he played baseball, he played football. Whatever he picked up, he was going to be successful.
It was a great experience for me as a receiver, having a quarterback like that who could get you the ball in a lot of different situations, having the ability to scramble and buy some extra time to allow me to get open downfield was definitely a plus.
04, that whole season was pretty magical. I mean, the stats that he put up were pretty unbelievable. Walter Payton Award winner. I mean, the accolades go on and on.
I don't really think he paid too much attention to that. It was honestly just a play in, play out type deal. And we kind of just went game by game. And then at the end of the season, it was kind of like, wow, when you look back, you see how much you accomplished.
So it was definitely an honor to be a part of that team and everything that went with it. It was pretty awesome to be a part of.
playing with Dominique was so special. I think it's not said enough, largely because, I was the quarterback, so I got the accolades, but Dominique made our team.
I have fond memories. My nickname for Dominique was Neek Neek, after the Roadrunner. He had blazing speed, good stride, but he could move and cut on a dime.
Seeing Dominique's performance at the Delaware game where he put up 244 yards, we knew we had a special player right there.
Once he knew that Lang trusted him, and once he showed Lang that he could be trusted, the sky was the limit.
Success in football is a function of opportunity and ability, and like anything else in life. And I think Dominique, once he got the opportunity, seized upon it, but he always would flash just in the same way Lang did in practice.
I'm not sitting with a Walter Payton Award or All-American accolades if I didn't have someone as talented as him.
Having a player like that on an offense makes everyone better. It makes our quarterback better. It makes our other wide receivers better, and makes our offensive line better, makes our running backs and our running game better. So, pretty special to have him on our team.
And if you look back on what he was able to accomplish, man, it was a sight to see.
As far as the atmosphere on campus, it was, yes, distinctly different. We had the momentum from the Hampton game. We were carrying that, and I do agree that there was probably a different energy.
As we kept having more and more success, the campus started to take notice.
You wore a William & Mary football shirt out, and people would stop you on the street. So something that I know I wasn't used to, I'm sure many other people weren't used to, but the word was out that, we had a team.
Then know that Delaware, who was the nemesis of the program for years and years, coming in town.
As a player at this level, you want to be able to, get someone else's best. And they had bested us quite often in our career. So it was always exciting to get to play them.
I think what one thing Delaware learned from the first game against them up there is trying to keep us off the field. And I think they really wanted to control the ball. They wanted to run the ball.
For the first half, in particular, Delaware, they came with their game plan. It was a very physical, power run and 90 game. And we knew that, they had this in their arsenal.
That first half did not go as planned. 31-10, we really only had, one explosive play. Elijah Brooks had a nice long run to set up one of our scores, but we really didn't click offensively there that first half.
This particular game, they just came out and tried to smash mouth us. We prepared for that same type of scheme, and they just pounded us pretty good that first half.
What I remember halftime of the Delaware playoff game was just, thinking that we had to pull it together. I mean, as the offense, as a defense, we just were struggling as a team as a whole.
At halftime, wasn't the happiest locker room, I'll say. We weren't defeated, but we were pretty down.
If we didn't turn this around, then, it was going to be the end of our season.
Typically, Coach Laycock does. He keeps us cool. He says, he says what he has to say. We get motivation. We start to talk with our position coaches and get focused on our plan, our change, our adjustments. This particular halftime, he let the emotions ride and let them show.
Yeah, it was a short message that, we better turn this thing around or we're going to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I think it was something to the effect of, they'll score 100 if we let them.
For one, I think that helped us to kind of wake up. And like I said, we started with this calm and this fog. And I think that was the first, wake up call there from Coach Laycock. You're down 21 points going into the fourth quarter. It looks very bleak.
Sitting on the bench in between a third and a fourth quarter, still being down 31-10, frustrated that we couldn't put points on the board. I will admit it was the first time in that season where I started having doubts that I did think our season was coming to an end.
I just remember kind of talking to some other seniors and like, hey, we had a great run. We outperformed anyone's wildest expectations.
This wasn't how it played out. This wasn't how we were supposed to end.
I remember looking at the clock and saying, we need a turnover. We need something that's going to, turn this game around for us.
I reached over to James Miller and I said, James, I'm about to make this play. And he said, yeah, okay, it's Kaysen. And he brushed me off. But I just had a feeling I was about to make this play.
The next thing I know, I look up and on our sideline, Kaysen, pick 6.
15 minutes of football to be played. The winner moves on to the national semifinals. Riccio. This one's picked. First turnover of the ball game for Delaware, and he's going all the way. It's going to be Kaysen for the touchdown.
Throwing it downfield, intercepted by Kaysen at the 40. He's at the 50, down the sideline of the 30. He's turning on the afterburners. Touchdown, William and Mary. Touchdown, green and gold.
And I heard it hit his shoulder pads, and then I saw he secured it. And then from that point, I knew it was a touchdown. He's one of the fastest guys, if not the fastest guy on the team. So when he took off, I knew it was 6.
That momentum swing was one of the few times where, as a player, I've witnessed it as a fan watching it on TV or something. But as a player, one of the few times that I truly felt momentum switch on one play.
From that moment on, I knew we were going to win the game. It was only like a 10-second lapse of judgment where I thought we were going to lose. And then as soon as that play happened, it was the spark I knew we needed.
So now any glimmer of hope that we didn't have, that all changes because now it's 31-17. We still have 14 minutes left in the game.
Our offense just all of a sudden got that boost of energy that we needed. And everything just started clicking.
And Kaysen was the catalyst to get it started.
If you recall the video, I kneeled and said a prayer in the end zone after that interception. And that was because my faith, I swear that I had some inkling or some feeling or some higher power that said, you're about to be in this position and make this play. It caused Delaware to change a little bit about how they were play calling. They kind of got conservative and said, hey, it's getting close. We woke up a sleeping giant. The flip side is I think Laycock and the offense saw this as an opportunity.
4th down and 5 to go. Ball marked to the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Big play to try to get back in it. There's the snap.
So going into that play, it was definitely a big play, and I knew it was a play that we had to make or the season was pretty much going to be over.
Back to pass goes Lang. Completed pass to Dominique. Inside the 5. Alderbrook was going to be called, but it doesn't matter. First down and goal. William and Mary at the 3-yard line.
Making that play was a huge moment for me and also for the team. And I think it helped with the momentum that we were already building.
And then being able to, punch it into the end zone is a feeling that I've never experienced before.
Sprinkle in motion. There's the snap. Quarterback hands off. John Smith trying to get outside of the 2 to the 1. Diving in there. Touchdown, William and Mary. Touchdown, green and gold. He got in there and fumbled the football, but the touchdown had already been called. He came down on inside the end zone, and when he landed, it was the ball of the end zone knocking it out. He'd long since crossed the plane of to the touchdown. And the Tribe offense will get it down by 1 score with 8:20 remaining in the game.
Hey, let's not put too much pressure on in each individual play. Let's just, take what they give us. We have time. Let's work the ball down the field, and we'll score. Let's just be calm and score a touchdown.
Blaine Campbell up underneath the center. There's the snap. Takes the handoff, back to pass. He gets the block, throws it short, complete to Joe Nicholas. There's the snap, back to pass. They're coming on a blitz, stepping up in the pocket. Now going to run out of the pocket, down the sideline, 50, 45, and steps out of bounds at the 43-yard line. was short, drop, clear out left side, complete to Nicholas 40. He's trying to cut it upfield inside the 40-yard line down to the 36. Quarterback Lane Campbell, shotgun. There's the snap. Here they come. He's got some time over the middle. It goes complete to Adam Brett, making his first catch of the day. Shotgun formation. There's the snap. Fake the handoff. He'll roll out to the left side, run it. He's at the 25. He's at the 20. Spin move, and down to the 19-yard line he goes. There's the snap. Back to pass the football. And now he will throw it to the safety valve, Elijah, inside the 20, playing from the shotgun. There's the snap. He'll roll to the right. Going in the end zone. In the end zone, diving for the catch. Touchdown, William & Mary! Touchdown, Joe Nicholas! William & Mary, a point away from tying this ball game up. Holy cow! What a catch, what a pass, what a catch, what a catch. Joe Nicholas.
I think there was a blown assignment up front. We let some of the defensive end come free.
I did miss a block. Let's not tell anybody that. I did miss a block there. I got a 0, and I remember like going into Soli's office. I'm like, 0 on this play. What are you talking about? And then I watched it over, and Lang, I missed a guy.
But just having to catch the ball really without the laces, catch, throw, get hit. And I was just putting it in a place, trying to put it in the back corner, kind of a 1 yard square, again, where Joe could make the catch and no one else could.
So the game time touchdown, I would say that that was a testament of Lang and working with the guys and having that faith. I know Joe Nick had an unbelievable game.
We needed someone to step up and make a play, and everyone else had done it up to that point, and Joe had done it himself a couple times throughout the year, but that was a pivotal play. And again, it was all about that momentum that Stephen Kaysen started at the start of the fourth.
And I recall that play, they've run it hundreds of times in practice, but it was the perfect play.
Play action, rolling to my right. I throw to put the ball in the corner where I think only Joe can catch it. He has a guy draped all over him. Not sure, still to this day, not sure how he caught it, but he came down, kind of one arm holding the receiver off, one arm while diving.
This is destined, and we're going to get this done.
At that point, we had come back from so much. We're into overtime with a team I've never beaten in a playoff scenario.
They got the ball to start the overtime. Kind of had a fluke play, the tip ball. I think a tip pass that landed in the chest of one of their receivers.
We knew that our offense still had the ball and still could score.
We get the ball down pretty close. It's one of my favorite throws of my entire career. But we call a fade to Joe from shotgun.
We've talked a lot about our passing game, but I would be remiss to not bring up our awesome running backs. Really downhill, physical running backs in Elijah Brooks and Jonathan Smith.
John Smith, power run, juke shakes, bulls his way into the end zone, and we score.
From a purely effort-driven and singular performance standpoint, like that was a testament to his will and his desire to get in the end zone.
He was the most underrated William & Mary player in all time.
And Jonathan Smith just wasn't going to go down that play. He was scoring no matter what.
That right there was the moment. You're like, oh, man, that's amazing. We're excited. And then literally 2 seconds later, there's a little despair because Mr. Automatic, Greg King, actually missed.
It resonated very loudly throughout the stadium, both from the sound it made to the crowd's reaction. I mean, that definitely set the terms of the engagement for that last series.
I'll be honest, in the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, is that going to be the end of the season? Are we really going to lose by 1 point?
Now, if we aren't on our game and they score, it's highly likely that it would be worse to have this whole comeback, put all this energy to it to lose by a point.
So So it's 44-38. It's now Delaware's football, and it's the defense's turn to make a big play.
Leading right up to the play with that first stop in the final overtime, I experienced a phenomenon that I had not often experienced in Zabel Stadium, and that was the effect of crowd noise.
4th down and 2.5. There's the snap. Back to pass. Flag goes down, blowing right side. The top, and I'm going to call it back. No, wait a minute. I think they won the football game, but Delaware jumped, so Delaware will get another chance.
In that second overtime, defense stops them. We think we won the game. Everyone's going nuts.
I'm thinking, oh, we got it done. Turn around and look, and there's a flag on the play.
But the crowd was so deafening that it drowned out a whistle, that they had a false start. And so they were given an extra down because that play was a dead ball.
4th down, 12.5 to go. Riccio for the shotgun formation. There's the snap. Back to pass he goes. Looking left. Going to throw that ball downfield. He's got a man, and the ball is going to be complete at the 9-yard line.
They come again and they convert this huge play, and they hadn't had a play of that, that length since early third quarter maybe. So it kind of got to us. We tried to rally real quick.
At that point, I think we're pushing 100 plays on defense. I played every single one of them at that point. I was starting to drag. I was starting to cramp. I know some other guys were kind of waning. And the notion of another series definitely was daunting.
But then we knew we had 4 more downs against the defending national champions, and we had to get it done.
Now, I go from, man, we won the game to, oh boy, now this isn't looking good again.
I can't recall any other game, whether it be collegiately or professionally, where that many, emotion swings happen in such a short time period.
It seemed like it took 45 minutes to play 4 downs to stop Delaware and prevent them from getting the end zone and winning the game.
At that time, the defense was on the field, and they had the opportunity to come up with the stop. And the emotion was just enormous as far as the ups and downs that I personally felt, and you could kind of just see it on the sideline and even hear it in the crowd.
It's what you grow up to do as a little kid. Last minute, last seconds of a game, playing in the backyard. You want to be out there, crowd roaring, and make that play.
Delaware scores, it could be over. If they don't, it is over.
I know on the final play, number 5, their quarterback had flushed out to the right, I believe.
We get a little bit of rush from the edge, and they get a little pressure. He throws it up, and, man, it looked like the ball looked like it was never going to land. I see the ball going. I see Richard break. Bowler's there and lays out.
There's the snap. Back to pass the ball. And looking in the end zone. Now going to be chased out of the pocket to the right side. He's going to be chased. He's going to be throwing. Game over! Game over! Game over! Freeman Malley has come all the way back and defeated the defending national champions, Delaware.
Once that final pass went incomplete, and then we finally knew we beat them, it was just, chaos. It was students storming the field. Coaches, players going nuts. It was just an unbelievable experience to be a part of.
At that moment, a whole sea of not only fans, but just feelings inside about how we were able to come back and fight and secure that victory for the tribe.
Once we knew for a fact we had won the game, it's just you could kind of feel that energy and literally see it running onto the field with the student body as they stormed the field. And you could see our team just clear the sideline, and we all were just super excited, happy.
Yeah, when that final ball hit the ground and the game was finally over, it was one of the moments that I will never forget. I think I speak for the entire team, where it was just extremely, extremely special.
And it was a moment that I had never experienced at William & Mary. The enthusiasm, the involvement of the students, faculty members, people who had not traditionally really followed the program that closely. It made it a very, very special game.
You know, my dad snuck onto the field as he typically does, and was able to share in the moment with him as well. It was truly something that brought the whole community, I think, William and Mary, Williamsburg, together in general.
And I think that was just a testament of my whole recovery story. July 22nd, 2003, I suffered a horrific car accident. As a result, I broke my neck. And as a result, I had to get neck surgery. And that's where my recovery road started. And where I came from to where I ended up, never supposed to be able to play again. Lucky to be able to walk and to make that play and be a part of this comeback and this incredible game was amazing.
You know, there's been a lot of great games in William Mary history, but I think that this was the greatest, the greatest. This was this tops the list strictly because of the impact it had.
It had value, I believe, not only for the athletic department, but for the college, for the city of Williamsburg, and for all of our fans.
That season in 2004 was definitely an inflection point in our program.
It put our program on the map, I believe. And I think everyone started to pay attention.
The first thing that came forward was obviously the success of the lights. It literally, over a weekend, convinced the general populace of Williamsburg that, you know what, night games are a good thing.
Because of that season, I think they changed the turf, right? They changed to turf.
Having the artificial turf field created an enormous amount of flexibility for the team. It also upgraded the program from a recruiting standpoint.
So from that, I think the supporters came, the donations came, and everyone wanted to be a part of the team that did it the right way.
And eventually led to our ability to build a facility that we have right now.
They play ball. They got students that, you know, get it done in the classroom, and people really started to take notice.
One of the things that's understated is just the quality of guys that we had.
The fact that this was the first year that the NCAA was releasing their grade point average rankings, we were all interested to see where we might come out.
It's one thing to say that you won a ring and won a championship, but it's other thing to say that, you know, you did it the right way with the right group of guys, and you graduated 100% of your class.
Okay, we not only are this good, but these people go to school, and the whole country is recognizing it because we not only go to school, but we go to school and graduate more of our football people than anybody else.
And a team that was not expected to do what we did, but appreciated for doing what we did.
What we were able to do with the 2004 team, it was really incredible.
The impact that it had on the program, plus the come from behind, the total team effort, I think that's what makes it the best game in William Mary history.